Let me ask you, how in the world can something as dangerous and frightening as lions live among you for thousands of years? Even if you take everything away from a human, what do you expect them to do for a survival? Have you ever seen a dog eating a corpse or carrion nowadays? We shun the dogs, we cast them away. Yet their hunger and pain we see every day. When we read these scriptures or hadiths, we often think about dogs in a negative way. But are these scriptures really speaking negatively about dogs? Or is it just how people have understood them? We see that metaphors are often used in the Torah and hadith to describe human behavior. But have you ever wondered why dogs are used so often in these examples? Let's find out. Many Torah verses talk about scavenger dogs, which were often seen in a negative way. For instance, 1 Kings chapter 14 verse 11 shows that dogs were scavengers, eating food scraps given by humans, as well as garbage, corpses, and dead animals. Because of this, the Torah often uses a curse saying that person's body will be eaten by dogs. So we see that there were scavenger dogs that lived among people. Psalm chapter 22 verse number 16 uses a metaphor to represent human being, which also clarifies that there were scavenger dogs. Let me ask you, how in the world can something as dangerous and frightening as lions live among you for thousands of years? Yes, dogs may have used to eat corpses and dead flesh, but only if you fed them corpses and made them used to it. In reality, dogs are not interested in eating corpses. Have you ever seen a dog eating a corpse or carrion nowadays? When people can no longer care for the creation of the creator, or when communities fail to understand them, these sorts of animals are left to survive on their own. With no one to feed them, they turn to scavenging as a survival strategy. Even if you take everything away from a human, what do you expect them to do for a survival? The idea of dogs being impure or their saliva being impure often comes from assumptions that they may have consumed things like carrion or corpses. However, this is not universally true for every dog and is both unfair and incorrect. Even if a dog did eat such things, there is no direct proof in any given case. In religion, dogs do not hold weight unless there is clear evidence, especially in matters like these. The concept of impurity regarding animals like dogs, especially in religious sense, often comes from cultural beliefs or assumptions rather than clear, direct evidence. Doubts and assumptions are not sufficient grounds to declare impurity in either Judaism, Islam, or any other religion. These misconceptions and misunderstandings have often led to unfair treatment of dogs, which is the opposite of what religions encourage. Modern dogs and cats, especially strays, survive on scraps and garbage, which might not include anything ritually impure like blood, stool, or urine. Now, if the saliva of these animals is impure, then by this logic, many common animals' saliva would have to be considered impure, which is neither practical nor supported by religious texts. And this is not how Judaism or Islam views them. Flies sit on feces, waste, garbage, and rotting food, yet they also land on our meals when eating street food. If impurity was judged based on that, then all food exposed to flies would be forbidden. Yet people continue eating it without concern. Similarly, birds like crows and vultures are scavengers, yet they are not considered impure. According to religion, rulings are based on clarity and evidence, not on baseless assumptions or doubt. Unlike wild animals like vultures or hyenas, dogs typically avoid carrion, unless they are starving or lack access to food. Even in that case, most of them avoid. Religion encourages kindness and compassion towards all of the creation of the Creator, including dogs. Mistreating or failing them based on doubt is against religious teaching itself. In fact, Judaism also regards dogs with respect and gratitude. In the Torah, dogs are praised for their silence during the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. In the Quran, the Creator permits the use of hunting dogs, even though it comes into contact with the dog's saliva. This clearly shows that dog saliva is not naturally impure. It may have an odor, smell, or bacteria, but it is not considered impure in a religious context. Additionally, there is a well-known hadith stating that an Israeli prostitute was forgiven by the Creator for giving water to a thirsty dog. So what are we following? Are we following the Torah, the Quran or Hadith? Or are we following our own desires and assumptions in the name of religion? Now, these animals have no choice but to survive in harsh conditions or rely on human generosity. This is indeed a great test from the Creator. Be careful what you choose. Because we shun the dogs, we cast them away. Yet their hunger and pain we see every day. A test for us, yet we turn blind. Mercy forgotten, hearts left behind. But time will turn, the truth will stay. For every soul will face its day. What we give is what comes back. In the final call, there is no turning back. Peace.